Hi everyone, and welcome to your Pick a Pile timeless reading for your soul purpose here today. So I was really called to do this reading because I feel like after the lunar eclipse, the full moon in Scorpio, we've had a lot of powerful energies in our lives. There's been a lot of transformational changes. People are going through a real heavy sense of energy as well. So you may be questioning, what are you meant to be doing here on this earth? Why are you meant to be here? Like, you might be even feeling uncomfortable in your own skin at the moment as well, because really what happens during eclipses, you do go through shedding, purging, energies that no longer resonate with you and where you're meant to be and where you're aligning yourself as well. So really what I recommend is to go with the flow of the energies of change. And if there's something that is calling you and calling your intuition, really listen to that. Listen to yourself and what you need to release and what you need to draw in at this time. Chose Lapis Lazuli. There we go, you can see that gorgeous Lapis Lazuli there. So I've got two cards here that are potentially connected to your soul purpose. So one of them is family. So family or friends, whether your friends is your family, is part of your soul purpose. So whether you're really like your social people and you've got some really good connections with your friends and your family and you bring laughter and joy to others, and that's part of your soul journey, then this is the reading that might be calling out to you. So with this card it says, loving your friends and family is central to your soul purpose here, your life purpose. So that can mean so many different things here. So you can see here we've got the angel and they're watching over the family, just dancing around on the wood, and you've got the stream here as well. So to me, this is a card of freedom and feeling free to live your soul purpose. So that might be really, if you're a bit different in your life and you feel different to others and you feel the creative need to express yourself, this reading here is all about that. A lot of it is about communications, because we've got here the Lapis Lazuli, which is, to me, it really connects with the throat chakra here. So some of you might be called to really speak your truth, your soul purpose, to to all the people around you and how you feel. So some of you might spread messages through your voice and through your communication skills. Another portion of this reading here is about the artist. So this is about being creative in your life through artistic and creative endeavors. So some of you might be drawers, you might be painters, you might be singers-songwriters, you might be actors, you might be dancers, you might be, I really see a lot of writing. So some of you might be, great with the written word as well. So you might be really called to use your creative talents in your world. And I really feel with this reading here too, that color. So some of you might be really connected to the colors of the rainbow and you're just so great with color. And that the rainbow, I really feel that with this reading here, that's an important and essential part of you being unique and you being different as well. So that's what really jumps out at me with this reading today. Now we've also got the Ura's rune. So this is about strength. You have gained so much strength through your experiences, I feel. So I feel a lot of you have had a lot of challenges in your life. And I feel a lot of you you're quite different. So some of you may have been bullied. You may have been, I feel like I'm seeing fingers pointed at for being different. I want you to know, when I see this stone here, that all your experiences that you've been through, your story is going to be important to share with the world. And that your story needs to be told. I really, really want to say that with this particular reading, that your soul purpose, you're meant to be here to show the world that being different and unique is okay. And that when you share your story with others, that they're going to feel something about it. When you either write your words down or whether you speak it out there on social media, or whether you're an actor and you're telling your story through acting, that your story is important. And that people are going to really resonate with it and learn from it and feel encouraged and confident enough to live their purpose as well. So I really felt that was important to say with this particular reading today. Now with the Devil here, so I've got a few cards here that are telling me whether you've had some challenges living your life purpose and what some of the reasons may have been. And also I've got cards here that are going to help you with moving forward as well. So the Devil here is in the reverse position. So some of you, I feel like, are still feeling trapped within your lives, but there's a sense of comfort with this card of being in your current position. And it might be that you just feel safe, and it's hard for you to go out there and live your soul purpose because you're afraid that people are going to look at you in a certain way or look at you differently. So this is really important because we've just had the lunar eclipse. So the lunar eclipse is about shedding energies that no longer serve us, and it's about our shadow selves. It's about, looking at ourselves in the face and going, I don't need to be pretending anymore to be someone I'm not meant to be. So when we see this card here, you can see these two people and they're naked and they're chained up, and we've got the Devil here, and they're just sort of standing there. They're not sort of moving. They're not trying to escape the Devil, because it's like, well, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what it's just easy because the Devil tells me what to do. And you might be having someone in your life that tells you what to do or how to act or how to be. And there's a sense of comfort in that because there's a sense of predictability in that as well. But I'm here to tell you with the Hanged Man, the major arcana card also of the Hanged Man, is that you are not meant to be in the dark hiding, that you are meant to be going out there and showing yourself. So this is the card about stopping and stepping out of your out of your comfort zone and having that sense of breakaway from your world where you can connect to your higher self. Now, whether that's through yoga, whether that's through meditation, whether that's through reading a book, there's a light behind this person here. And you can see here, they're looking at things from a different perspective. You need to step outside of your world, your daily routine, in order to get new ideas and new thoughts about how you should be living your soul purpose. So that's what that Hanged Man means there. You've got luck on your side, and I also feel that you guys need to feel free. So with the wings here, we can see all the star signs here that they're the ones that are fixed, but they can fly to wherever they want to go, which means that you can still be stable and secure in a different environment, but you can feel free at the same time. So whether some of you are afraid to leave home, you're afraid to go somewhere else, we've got here the Wheel of Fortune is the card of luck and destiny. And I feel like some of your spiritual guides, whether it's your angels or whoever's in spirit that you feel connected to, that they're trying to tell you that you can move, you can change, and you can live your life purpose, and you can be free from the everyday that you're experiencing at the moment, that you can go and off and do what you want to do, what your soul desires to do. So I feel some of you here that when you do that, because we've got the Sphinx here up the top here, so the sign of mysteries, the symbol of mysteries, and this is about discovering the mysteries of yourselves. And we can discover so much when we disconnect from the everyday. And I feel that some of you really need to do that. That some of you might be in a predictable pattern, and that nothing's really exciting you at the moment. You might be feeling a bit demotivated, especially if you're an artist or anything like that. And artists, you tend to get so consumed sometimes, because a lot of you feel on such a deep level that you get uninspired. So some of you need to get inspired again, and that's really important. Temperance here, we've got another winged angel here, is really, really showing me here that connecting to your intuition and connecting to your higher self, looking after yourself, your mind, your spirit, your body, is really important here. And I feel a sense of balance needs to be really, really taken care of as well, your health, your well-being. And here we've got the path to the crown here. So I feel like some of you you're on the journey, but you might have turned your back on it a few times here, that what you need to do is turn around and keep going on the path, because you're going to be discovering so much about yourself when you do that here. And that some of you are afraid, I feel, of your emotions as well, afraid of feeling, you're a bit afraid, like the fear might have been just a bit of a factor about stepping outside of the unknown here. And the red wings tell me here that you need to get that really fiery sense of self-confidence in yourselves to keep going on your journey, because I think some of you have come along the way, but you've got a bit of way to go yet as well. So that's important for you guys to know. So in regards to blocks, I feel like some of you, yes, you're trapped in the mundane at the moment as well. Now, happy love has come up for you here as well. So this is a joyful, stable partnership and good friends. So connections are really important to you guys, I feel, for this reading here. Connections with your friends, your family, your loved ones. And it's almost like a reminder here that you've got a good support system around you. Some of you have really built up that really good support system, and that you're going to be supported wherever you go, and you're not going to be ridiculed. And that might be the fear that you have, that you feel like people are going to point the finger and go, why are you doing this, or why are you doing that? And that is our fears. Really, that's our fears speaking, and that negative self-talk, and we need to silence that voice at times. Okay, so interesting here, we've got happy, and the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm seeing these in the reverse position because I feel that when some of you change your thinking, that you're going to be able to go on that journey, and it's going to be really prosperous for you as well. So changing your thinking to be able to really be yourself and be happy. Because here we go, the rainbow, the colors that I was talking about before. So the third eye, the stars around the third eye here. So some of you just really need to get re-inspired again, and it's about getting re-inspired, which will help propel that journey that you really, your soul purpose is asking and calling for you to go on. And I feel that some of your soul purpose is connected to financial stability as well. So when we live in our truth, when we're doing what we are meant to be doing, the universe supplies us all that we need to keep living our purpose. So that means financial stability as well. And we've got the hands here that's like holding out to you the gift that you can be stable, because the pentacles, it represents stability, the earth energy, you know, the material world that we know that we need to have to feel stable and secure in our position. So you're being called to be happy as well. So if some of you aren't happy, like, you deserve it. So some of you just may not feel like you deserve to be happy and elated and inspired as well. So that's really, I feel that is connected to your soul purpose. But I do feel here too, with the road that was showing me with Temperance, that you're nearly there. You've gone a portion of the way, and here we are. Conclusions are within reach with you guys here. So we've just had the lunar eclipse, so it's interesting that this card has come up, that conclusions are within reach. So you're nearly there. And if you're listening to this reading today, I feel that you've just needed to hear that there's this extra boost for you to keep going and to keep pushing along. So sometimes we feel that we need to rest, we need to stop, and it's all too hard, and we get, you know, maybe someone said something negative to us, or something that hurts us. But this is your reminder to keep going on your road, that it's important for you. Now, Miss Spiderweb's come up, this card here. So it's saying here, reconsider your alliances, make new connections. So if you feel that there's somebody in your circle of friends, whether it's your family, and that they don't make you feel confident in yourselves, or they make you feel trapped, it might be the time to reconsider these connections. And also, don't be afraid to make new ones as well. So this is what this card is asking you, is to have a think about inviting other people into your lives, because that's going to help you on your soul journey. So that's really interesting there to see. So one more card I will pull for you guys. I just felt drawn to do that. Okay, here and now. Now this is about becoming present in your situation, in your lives. So some of you might be caught up in the everyday. You might be caught up in the busyness of life, but you are being asked, just like with Hangman, is to stop. Take a step out of your life at the moment, your everyday life, and reconnect with yourself. And that will help you with your soul purpose here. So whether that, like I said, whether that's meditation, reading a book, or doing something you enjoy, but you need to do something different to change up your energy and help invite the new, because you're also being asked to make new connections, and that will also be part of your soul purpose too, to help you along on what you're meant to do. So thank you so much for listening to this reading here today. I hope it helped you, and I hope it's inspired you. Thank you so much. So this pile here is for the people that chose citrine. So citrine. So this particular stone really is about connecting with the solar plexus chakra. It's about feeling confident. It's about having that real sense of fire in the belly to go on and do the things you need to do in your life. Now, interesting here, the two cards that I got for you guys, we've got teaching as one. So some of you might be beautiful teachers and you help inspire young children, or you just inspire others in general, and that you've got some beautiful stories to tell others through your experiences, I want to say as well. And some of you might be really good with the written word, and that you're just natural born writers and you're connected to books, you're connected to stories. So here we've got the two central theme of these cards is that you inspire others, you help others. And whether that's through communication of the written word, whether that's through teaching courses, just in general, that you guys really, if you're called to this reading, that you're here to help and inspire others. And that with the citrine stone, it's about having confidence in your experiences, your talents for helping others. And especially if you are a writer as well, confident that, you know, people are going to either buy your book or buy your courses or buy anything that you're writing down. So the words and pages and stories are important to you. Now here we've also got the Athila rune, and this is calling us to think about what we acquire in our lives. So some of you might have recently been given something important, I feel, with this rune coming up, and that you've been given something, but you may not have done anything with it yet. So, but this is something that is being special. So whether it's a talent, or whether it's a computer, or whether it's something in your realm of your soul purpose to use as a tool, and it might be just, yeah, like a beautiful talent that you have, but you haven't used it yet. So that's interesting to think about there when this rune comes up. So have a think about what you could have been given that's important with your life purpose, your career, or whatever you're meant to be doing that you haven't used yet. So here we've got a few cards here that are talking about why you may not be in your soul purpose yet. So we've got the Four of Cups. So this tells me here that some of you may have been feeling tired, exhausted, you've been really burnt out, uninspired as well. So some of you have been sitting there and sitting there and sitting there. So it's quite obvious when we look at this card here. You can see the person's folding their arms, they're folding their legs, and something's been trying to be given to them. And I feel like with this Athila rune here, and this card too, that this is an important thing to talk about for some of you, that there's almost like this beautiful special thing that you're not recognizing as super special, that is connected to you and what you are meant to be doing in your lives. So that's interesting when that card comes up here. Now we've also got the Chariot. So this here is telling me that life, I feel like for you, has moved at a super, super, super fast speed, and that you've been probably pulled in a few different directions here. And you may have been going along on what you're meant to be doing in your journey, but I feel that with this card being in a bit of a resistance position, that life has been just too hard. It's been pulling you into too many different directions, and it's been hard to keep up. But this card also tells me you've got all the talent in the world to be doing what you're called to do, what you feel you're called to do, because the Chariot is about being very successful and being the winner in the race as well, the race of life, I want to say as well, and that you are meant to be victorious as well. So this is about balance, this card. So we can see the two sphinxes here, the dark, the light, and it's about balancing out and also thinking about what you consider as a fault as well. So you might be like, well, I'm always like this and I can't public speak, or I can't write, or I can't spell correctly. I can't teach because I'm not confident enough to teach, and I'm not confident enough to talk about that subject. I'm not confident enough to go, and all these excuses come up, because especially with the Four of Cups as well. I feel like some of you have been filled with excuses, and yet you have so much talent to give to the world, so much out there that you can inspire others with, and it's almost like everyone else misses out because you're making up excuses. So that's what I feel when I look at those two cards here. So this is also, there's a running theme here. We've also got the Four of Pentacles. Some of you are holding on to old stuff, I want to say as well, and you're blocking the flow a little bit here. So you need to be able to let go of a few things. So especially with, we've got the folded arms here, the folded legs, and we've got holding on to the material. So some of you, I feel like, are holding on to old things physically in your world as well. So whether that's some stuff out in the shed, and there's some hand-me-downs, there's some things like there's clutter in the house, or there's clutter that you need to get rid of. And I feel like some of this is emotional clutter that might be things that you're just holding on to for the sake of holding on to as well, because there needs to be an energy shift. Because what's happening for you guys is that the world has come up. Now the world is telling me you're at the end of a cycle, but you're looking back for some reason. So you keep looking back at stuff that's been done and that's happened. So you are ready to step out into your soul purpose. When I see this card here, you're ready to let go of all that stuff that's holding you back. So this woman here, she's naked, she's vulnerable, but this is important. You need to be vulnerable. You need to be vulnerable in order to move on and change and let go. We've just had the lunar eclipse, so we've got a lot of release energy that's trying to purge itself out. So whether you need to purge stuff that's physically in your environment, this might be important for you to be able to move on. Sorry, stuck. Be able to move on to what you're being called to do. Okay, so stop holding on to old stuff. Now here, I'm seeing for you guys is that you could be in between. Here we go. I'm interesting with the world came up here. I feel like you guys are in the between at the moment. So here's the beautiful colors, and that's you stepping into your divine purpose. But something's holding you back when we've got the shadowy clouds here. So what is it that's holding you back from fully stepping into what you need to fully step into here? And I feel with this color here, that's important. That color, like you might be viewing life in black and white, and you may not be seeing the beautiful color that it can be, and you might be just looking at life a bit negatively at the moment, like your environment, where you look, where you're staying, where you are. So you're being called to look at things in a different way, in a different perspective. And you're also being called to be more confident to step into your divine purpose with the citrine stone here. So I kind of feel that you guys have the tools, you have the experience, you have everything you need, but Now it's up to you, like having the strength and the courage to really be pushed into that purpose. Oh my goodness. Don't let the past hold you back. Like, it's what we've been talking about. The shadows of the past, the dark of the past. Don't let that hold you back, guys, because here we've got all the beautiful color. Everything that is in front of you is going to be beautiful when you step into what you're meant to be doing here. So we've got the energy here, the South Node. So here's where you're meant to be. Here you are, and it's kind of like, I feel like the past is just chasing you here. It's chasing you down. So this is about, and the green represents the element of earth. So I really do feel that there's something physically in your environment that you need to purge. You need to let go of so you can embrace what you're meant to embrace. So strength, you guys, you have it. The major arcana card of strength. So that is a really important thing to recognize about yourself, that your past hasn't made you weak because you've been through hardships. Your past doesn't do that. Use it in your soul purpose. Use it in your teachings. Use it in your writings. Write stories about it. Write about what has happened and teach others about how you have been through your hardships. And you'll be amazed at how you can inspire others with your beautiful, your stories. And people will look at you and go, geez, that person survived all that. You were such a survivor. You're inspiring me to keep going on my journey too. So that's what that's about here. So this is, to me, looks like a lion, and it's like recognizing that we can be the leaders in our own lives and we can inspire others with our stories. Now, little wolf girl here. So some of you might be using people to hide. So whether that's hiding with your family in the house, or hiding with your friends, or you might be using relationships as well as a comfort to, oh, well, I'm busy with my friends, or I'm busy with my family, and I'm busy being distracted, and I'm not going to go and do any of this because this person needs me and that person needs me. When really, in reality, you're afraid to be alone. So being alone with your thoughts might make you fearful and things like that. So we've got the moon in the background here. So fear of being alone. So this card tells you it's okay to be alone in different stages of your life, or that you don't always need people because they're just a distraction. So if you're a writer, for example, you might not like writing by yourself, because it's like, oh, all these thoughts that come out and stuff like that. Oh, you know, I'm by myself, and oh, I need to go and see others. I need to go speak with others because I'm feeling alone with my thoughts. So this is telling you here that it's okay to be alone, because this might be part of the portion of why you're not in your soul purpose yet, because you've felt that you've needed to distract yourself from going at it alone as well. So maybe your soul purpose is about not necessarily having a big team around you, but that you need to be alone with your thoughts so you can write them all down and write all your experiences down if that is your calling to do so. Even if it's journaling as well. So journaling can be a great way of being able to purge some of that stuff that holds us back as well. Now, I've got here too, safe and happy travel, protection from harm when journeying. So interesting here that maybe some of you don't get out enough and you go off and you don't go and have many holidays or adventures or things like that. So this is telling me here that getting out of your environment is going to be important, and that you are safe to go out of your environment. That the world is not that scary place as well. So that's an interesting guidance message there. So really, to sum it all up, is letting go of the old, having confidence to step into the new, And whether you're meant to be a teacher, you're meant to be a writer, you're meant to be helping others and inspiring others, I feel that you guys are ready. You just need the confidence to step into your divine purpose. And that's going to be important for the people that chose Citrine. So thank you so much for listening to me here today. I hope it's helped you guys, and I hope it's helped with your soul purpose. So thank you. So this is a reading for the people that chose Amethyst. You can see that lovely amethyst stone there. Now, interesting cards that I've pulled for you guys. So we've got the builder here for this particular reading. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So we've got this card here. So some of you are really good, I feel, with your hands. You're creating things in your environment, your physical environment. Whether some of you are literally builders as well. But I really get the sense with this card that you guys are really good at sculpting, creating and making things, and whether it's even building businesses as well. So you can really foresee what beautiful things can happen when you build and create. Now also I've got here options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So that's another connection to your soul purpose. So consider what is open to you. So whether some of you have things in front of you and options, and you know that they're there, but you may not be taking them on for whatever reason it is. So whether it's having a sense of confidence, or you're making up some excuses, or it could be anything to do with that. But I feel with this person here, and they're holding their hand up here, and they're looking ahead at their future. And whether some of you really need to think about the long term. Where do you see yourself? Have you stepped back and you considered where you need to see yourself for your journey in your future? Now here we've got the Helga's rune, and it's connected to transformation and destruction of the old, and it's about change. And we've also got the Tower for you guys. So some of you have had a lot happen to you, I feel, with the Tower here. So whether environmentally, something's happened to your house, there's been a catastrophe, there's been a disaster, there's been something internally that you've really felt that there's been a huge transformation or catastrophe, and it's really taken a big pounding, I want to say, at your emotions. The Tower's telling me that this sense of disaster or catastrophe has happened to you, and that now it's about building the new in your life, building blocks of the new and allowing the new to come into your life. And that is important when we see the builder come up as well for you guys. So it's about thinking about how this journey is changing for you and how you're moving forward, and that it's actually connected to your soul purpose as well. So I kind of feel that even environmentally, if some of you have had floods or fires or something like that, and you're building a new home or you're moving or something, that this has happened and it's helped you onto the direction where your soul is asking to go as well. So that's interesting there. And I feel with the new journey that's happening for you guys, it's presenting options to you that you haven't thought of as well. So be really intuitive about that. Have a real good look at yourself and where you feel comfortable, and being sort of listening to your higher self at this time. With Amethyst, it's about connecting to our higher selves, and especially the crown chakra spiritually as well, being a bit more open to new stuff and new opportunities for you. So I feel that you're going to be getting a helping hand. So this is interesting here. With the Six of Pentacles, this is about giving and it's also about allowing to take as well. So I feel that some of you are getting supported and helped onto the new portions of your journey, or whether you can also help and inspire others, and that is part of your soul purpose. So this is a card of duality. There's a sense of the circle going round and round, like where people help others and that the others are receiving, and in order for what happens for them, if they can go around and help others too, and that cycle keeps going. So there's a beautiful sense of continuation here, that when we receive, and we're openly receiving with gratitude as well, and that we're able to keep going because somebody's helped us out when we needed help the most. This is about not being too proud as well. If you're the person on the receiving end, that you're not too proud about receiving as well, and you're like, oh no, I can't accept any help because I can do it myself. So I don't feel that's the energy that should be really, that's going to help you at this time. So it's okay to be vulnerable and ask for help and receive that help too, because this person here wants to help, and that they are getting fulfilled too when you're able to be okay. So that's interesting there. Now we've also got Justice. Now, that came up in the reverse position. So I feel like that there's definitely wrongs that need to be put right. When I see this card and it comes up in your life, wrongs need to be put right. So I feel like there's some open ends here, and it needs to be tying up also some loose ends. So whatever that means to you and whatever that means for your journey, is that there's a call to do that and reflect on what is not going right in your life. And that to me is really connected to options here. So that there might be something that's going along. You might be going along, and you might be ignoring something that's not working in your life, and that needs to be really reflected on and resolved as well. So that can help bring in the balance again for you as well. We've also got the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. So I kind of feel here might have been connected also with the Tower as well. So there might be a loved one that you really deeply cared about, and there may be some kind of separation that's happened with a loved one or a relationship. It could be a friendship as well. But some of you have internally been really, really hurt because this connection's been severed, I feel. So this could also be connected to justice as well. So wrongs needing to be put right. So whatever's happened here, there needs to be some kind of resolve in order for you to be able to be keeping going along with your soul paths. Because otherwise what's going to happen is that you're going to remain and feel stuck. So the energies need to move forward. They need to move on. Change needs to happen. So if you're naturally, being drawn to build, have a think about building on your life and how that is going to be connecting to your soul purpose, and what's going to happen when you really get creative about building and planning for the future, and really thinking about where you see yourself. I feel that's important. Visualize your purpose as well, and get busy as well. I feel with the hands here, with this person here, it's about using a bit of masculine energy too, that you really need to get busy building the life you want, and really consider your options too, because I feel some of you aren't considering your options, and that's going to be important for you guys. Now also we've got here, which is important, is don't let pride get in your way. So that's important here with receiving. Don't be afraid to receive help and support, because your pride is not helping anything. In fact, it's holding you back. So sometimes what can happen is the ego gets in the way, and we're not doing justice to ourselves, and we're not allowing ourselves to grow and evolve, because really for the cycle of life to move through beautifully with the art of giving and the art of receiving, because as I said before, this helps with the flow of life here. So don't be afraid to receive help. Being grateful and having gratitude really helps with the beautiful energy when you're given the support that you need when you really need it. So I feel that that's important for this reading today. So the unending sadness of looking back. So endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, negative nostalgia. So through catastrophe, through hardships, what can happen is that we look back with regret. Why did I do this? Why did I do that? This could have been different. This could have been better. This, that, the other. So looking longingly at the past isn't helping you move forward. So this is about healing. So some of you need to heal the past. So it's okay to feel sad and to feel upset, and it's okay to feel grief as well, and to go through the stages of grief when we've lost something in our lives as well. But what's happening when I see this card here is that some of you might be stuck in it, and that things aren't moving forward because you're stuck in that grief stage. So whatever stage you're at, it might be worth thinking about how do I move on to the next stage? How do I evolve and grow? And is that where I need to go? Okay, I'm ready to accept some help now. I've been doing it really tough, and I need to be able to move on with my soul purpose, because my soul purpose is asking me to be going out there and building and creating the life that I deserve. It's asking me to consider my options. It's asking me to grow and evolve and grasp with both hands what I'm meant to be doing as well. So a change in the wind. So when we see this here, there's a call to go with the flow of change. Very important for whoever's chosen this pile is that the zebra, you can see that here, the zebra doesn't change their stripes. So you'll remain the same, like in your character, your personality, in yourselves. It's not asking you to change who you are, but you, with all your experiences and everything that you've built throughout your life, that you're ready to go with the flow of change, with bringing those experiences so that you potentially could be helping and teaching others about what you've experienced in your life. You don't know how many people you could help, because remember, this goes with the cycle and the flow of change. Is when you are accepting help, that you can help others as well. And that might be connected to whatever you're building or you're being called to build in your life here. We've got the earth element here. Ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, and strength. So I think some of you need to really get your hands, I feel like I'm seeing hands here, your hands in the earth, the hands in the dirt, going out into the garden, going out into nature, being really physical out in nature. That is going to really help you guys, because I think some of you, because you might be caught up in what's happened in your life, that some of you aren't grounded and you're not feeling safe, you're not feeling secure within your world. With the Two of Pentacles coming up here, that's interesting. So this to me is, again, it's about balance as well, with the Two of Pentacles coming in. So balancing our lives in such a way that we can really be flexible with our options here. So once again, this is the element of earth here too. So I kind of feel that some of you might be caught in the negative and you're just not allowing yourself to be flexible and go with the flow. Remember, the change of the wind here is here to go with the flow of change. And with it, there's a lot of earth energy in this reading today, especially with the builder and the earth element as well, that this is a lot of you might be really needing connection to that your home, your environment, and to feel grounded and to feel safe and to feel secure. So some of you really need to be flexible about your options. Have a look at what is in front of you and what you can do with your life. So even if you feel that where the road was before has changed. You need to be adaptable to that change. You can build and regrow from wherever you are, that you can do that. So I feel that's important for this particular reading here today. So that's it. Thank you so much. I hope this has helped for you guys, and I hope that you're inspired to go along into your journey of your soul purpose. So thank you so much, and I will see you again.